Hello. How is everyone tonight?
Good evening.
Brandon's here.
I am?
Yes.
Oh no.
Maybe. We're making jam tonight and jelly. Do you know the difference?
No.
Okay. Well, this one's going to be jam
Okay.
because it's going to be pieces of apple in it.
Yeah.
And then the grape one is going to be jelly because it's the juice. That's the difference.
Okay. Yes, so we're making two fruit things.
We are making two fruit jam jellies. They are going to be freezer ones because I've never done canning and I'm not about to start it right now. So they're going to be freezer jams.
I do not have kitty apron. That's
No.
okay.
We went to the farmer's market on Sunday and they had a bunch of apples because it's apple season. And they also had muscadine grapes. And that's the fun thing, is let me grab these. I'm gonna come back over there, Steven. These are local grapes. You can't really get them in supermarkets. This is a muscadine and this is a scuppernong.
We promise these are real words.
Yes, so these are like southeast grapes for the US and they have a very thick skin on them, so you normally don't eat the skin, and they also have seeds in them. And they make grape jellies and wine out of them.
Because you just need the juice for those.
Yeah, you just need the juice for these.
Okay, so we'll make a...
Have you tried them before?
Who, me?
Yeah,
No,
okay.
not at all.
See,
Should I try one?
Yeah, when we get to them, you can try one.
Okay.
My first experience with those was when I was teaching. I had a student bring them in, and she was just like snacking on them, and I was like, what is that grape? And she was like, oh, these are local grapes. My family grows them on our property. And I was like, oh, and so she had to teach me.
Do you want to explain where you are in the process?
Yeah, so the stream just started, and we have to prep a lot of apples
Yeah, so we've prepped most of them ahead of time.
because they take a bit.
Yeah, so that process involves peeling, which I'm in the middle of doing.
And then I am quartering them.
Yeah. And it
So-
doesn't have to be a perfect peel.
No. So I'm just quartering them, and then we're dunking them into a bowl of lemon juice and water so they get the least amount of brown oxidation on them as possible.
Yeah. So like this is just a pre-treatment thing. Like
Yes.
we're gonna dump the water. We don't need the water with lemon.
Yeah, this is just here for now.
Yeah.
Is this the
Because-
Granny Smith?
Yeah. No. So this is actually unintentionally a great comparison. So there's some browning on these apples. When we started this prep process, you know, we left these out, so they're turning brown, but because we're putting these in the lemon water, they're not turning brown. It's like modern day magic.
A relaxing apple bath, Renee says. So when we were at the farmer's market, we just threw a bunch of apples in a bag, and I knew I wanted pink ladies, which are these, and these are very, very good for pie, for jam, and then Granny Smith, which are already done in here. And then
we
I picked
also
up
got,
some other random apples, and I've since forgotten what I got.
we do have some Fuji apples, and then yeah, there's a bunch of others. They were all the same cost.
Yeah, the Honeycrisp were more, but we didn't get any of them.
Yeah.
So we're just prepping these because once the apple jam is going, it's just going to kind of work on its own for a while while we work on the grape. Because there's some downtime. Thank you.
You're
So yeah,
welcome.
Brandon's peeling them, and then I'm cutting them in half. And there's the lovely star. And then I'm quartering each half. And then I'm cutting out the core. Like so. And then it goes in the water. And this is how I do apples for pie as well. How I prep them. And then I slice them later.
So what are we doing after we give these apples a bath?
So after that, they're going to get diced a bit finer. And then they're going to start, oh, I lost a seed. We don't want the seeds in there. And then we're going to start cooking them. And then they have to cook for a while.
Well, neat.
Yeah. But while we're doing that, we have some alerts we can read. Chaz, can you clear them for me as I do it? Because my hands are full of apple juice. We have an 8-month resub from Radio Dread, 4 months from A Good Way Game Leets, 8 months from Leafily, 6 months from Daniel Bonin, 7 months from Dual Braids, 2 months from MelZD, 7 months from Seemingly Jess, and we're also in the middle of a hype train, 7 months from Xeno Fantasies, 8 months from Boop Snoot, Seemingly Jess gifted 5 subs. They went to Starlight Moon. Super Baby Mario, Skyward Squiddle, Mad Creator, and Bob's Gaming Life. Thank you for those gift subs, Jess. Appreciate it. We have 6 months from Ken1 Noob, 2 months from Charlotte Dante, 3 months from Hero Chaos Chow, 8 months from Fossix, a subscription from Amaya A, welcome, 7 months from DevStets, and 300 bits from Cheesehammer, who says, so do I get to smash some grapes tonight? I want to smash some grapes. I bet I'd be good at smashing grapes. I like smashing things. I'm a smashy smash. We're gonna be using a potato masher for the grapes.
Wow.
Instead of a hammer, because I don't want to smash grapes inside of my stock pot.
The betrayal.
The betrayal. Alex says, did you give yourself bangs recently? I got a haircut yesterday, and I really like the haircut. It's just, I was like, can you leave them just long enough to get behind my ears? And they're not quite long enough for that, which is fine. They'll grow out in like a week and I'll be fine.
But they're cute.
They're cute, I like it.
Thank you so much for the hype train, guys.
Yeah, it started when we were getting the stream up.
There are so many apples.
Yeah, I may have overfilled this a little bit.
Like,
Do we just want to eat this one that I'm peeling now?
Sure, we can eat that one.
What's the deadly chemical that's in apple seeds?
Arsenic.
Arsenic? So you don't want any of that for the jam?
No, we don't.
But like a little?
No,
No? Okay.
not even a little.
Suit yourself.
Not as a treat.
Vagabond says, I thought it was cyanide.
Is it cyanide? I thought it was arsenic. It might be cyanide.
It's bad for you,
It's
regardless.
bad, yeah.
You'll notice when I'm doing this peeling that I'm doing it imperfectly. There's gonna be some like little bits of skin left, and that's fine. And
But we're eating that apple.
Oh, well, I did it for those apples too. Yeah, it doesn't really matter for the purpose of the jam. This it very much seems like a feel it out, dice it to whatever size you want for whatever texture you want for the jam. Yeah,
All
I
right.
guess if we're eating
Where
this
did I leave
style-
my recipe?
Over there. So what do we do with all these apples? We need to put them in the stock pot, right?
I'm reminding myself. I didn't
Okay.
memorize this recipe. Remove the apples from the water and finely dice.
Okay.
And then they're gonna go in a stock pot.
You want me to grab a pot so you can just throw them in a pot?
Yeah, you can grab, this
Big?
one makes more than the grape, so let's use the silver one for the apple.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sweet.
So these get finely diced. So I'm just gonna kind of roughly do that because
Who is telling us to salt the apples? That's Chaz.
Chaz.
That's Chaz's input for this recipe.
There's no salt in this recipe, Chaz.
but Brandon's here.
I know, that's why he said that there needs to be salt, but listen, there's some days where I won't eat salt. I had salt earlier, so I'm good for now. The thing is
You can put it on the jam after.
I can.
Yeah, on yours.
I can't
You
say
can
what
put it
I'm
on
thinking
toast,
right now.
and then you can put salt on it.
On the apple slice, Brandon can salt it. Oh, that's so smart. Okay. Okay, I can do that. Let me put these over here so that no one else has to suffer this.
Thank you for not making me suffer that.
You're welcome. Let's like get it all up in here. I don't know if this is good or not. Well, I like the salt,
Of course you do.
but it doesn't really do anything for the apple.
Unlike watermelon. Vagabond says, wait, Brandon, abandon the recipe. Make salted caramel for apples.
No. We have to do jam today. I don't get to go to bed tonight if we don't do jam, so.
Is that the rule? I didn't know that.
Okay, so I should start.
Oh, I should also
preparing
talk
the
about
rest
the
of the
other step
ingredients.
we did for prep.
Oh, what did we do?
I washed all of the ball jars, the canning jars.
Oh, and
They're all in
there.
here. So these are all clean, and I have lids clean too, and the bands. So those are all in the dishwasher clean, ready to go.
Neat.
I started that earlier today. We have a 7-month resub from Shiny Hunter John 151. Welcome. Oh wait, that's 7 months. Hi.
I'm gonna go ahead and start adding the sugar to the pot as well, since that's
Okay.
part of this step.
So it's about 6 apples.
I'm gonna go with what the recipe says.
Yeah, and how much sugar is that?
It is 2.5 cups.
Okay.
So
So jam and
So
jellies
much
are
sugar.
mostly just fruit and sugar.
gosh,
And some of them don't even require pectin, but we are going to be putting pectin in these.
this is so much sugar. It almost feels a little ludicrous.
How much it is?
Yeah. This is secretly salt.
You're the one who refilled my sugar container too, so for all I know, it is.
Yeah. I hope it's sugar.
The time is wrong on Whistly. Oh, did we never change that?
No, I did change it.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
It's the time is correct. You're just in a different time zone. Sorry, like that's just
You're
why-
in the wrong place.
Okay, so I did 2, so it's time for the half.
Yeah, that's something I didn't pay attention to for daylight savings time. It gets dark at like 4 o'clock and it is the worst thing ever. I absolutely dislike this time of year for this reason.
Yeah, 4:30, the sun setting was pretty depressing. But that's fine. It'll get better after a couple of months.
Yep, I just gotta suffer for a couple months. We have a 6-month resub from Decoy Troy, thank you. Thomas says, are you sure there's 2 cups in there, Brandon?
I mean, look how much sugar is in here.
Oh my god.
I needed to do 2.5.
Did you do 2.5?
I think so.
Okay, what else goes in this one? Does this one get another lemon?
I don't know if Thomas is just gaslighting me. This also needs whatever spice we're gonna do.
The cardamom?
Yeah,
Okay, I have that behind me.
you do.
So that needs prepped, but I believe it also gets lemon.
I'll take a
Or
look.
is that the grape recipe? One of them gets lemon. Renee says, I like it that it isn't so dark for the kiddos at the bus stop. That's true.
Yeah, in the morning. Sorry, I'm just trying to analyze whether I've been gaslit by Thomas.
Yes, you have. That is definitely 2.5 cups.
Yeah, juice of the other lemon. So where's that?
Thank you, Steven.
Sorry, I didn't want to hear Rockabye Baby.
We have a 7-month resub from Terrier and 6 months from Trainswreck. Thank you.
There it is. Hidden lemon.
Chess says, we could run a poll on which gets lemon.
Well, this one does. The poll has ended. The winner is
It's
apple.
apple. Oh, we're gonna use the green one, sorry. I pulled out white and green. I apologize.
It's okay, I'm
That's
doing the
also
lemon right
white.
now.
Those are both white cardamom.
Wait, where's... What?
Green's to the right, closer to the fridge, in a Ziploc bag.
Okay. Sure is.
Thank you.
All right, let me clean up this apple.
Broken
Which ones?
Physics says, got it. So jelly is juice, jam is a puree, preserves are fruit chunks. So I suppose the apple is going to be a preserve then, because there's going to
Gosh.
be some fruit chunks in
There's
this.
so many rules.
There's also marmalade. And what's the other one? There's another one.
That's not gonna work.
I forget. Brandon is the poll. The proof is he is staff. Compote. Thank you. Compote is the other one, bassoonist.
Man, why do we have so many words? Can we just have fewer words?
So, I forget, is marmalade only citrus? Or is that something different? Corke says marmalades have peel, right? I think so, but I think they're citrus. Still chopping these apples.
All right, let me actually try to do something productive now. Do you have the only knife right now?
I do. You wash your hands.
I'll find a different knife.
You know where they are. We have an 8-month free sub from Shark's Toll. Dark Overlord says, I think it's only citrus because it's citrus peel in a clear jam. And Ed Zoologist says marmalades are citrus. That's what I was thinking. And Renee said, marmalade from the Portuguese marmelada is a fruit preserve made from the juice and peel of citrus boiled with sugar and water.
Says Google.
Says Google.
Thank you, Google.
That sounds right to me. Still chopping apples. This is why the apple pie takes so long, and that's why I made a video on pumpkin pie before I ever did anything with the apple pie. Because it takes a while.
Did you squeeze this with your hand, or did you use
I shove the fork in it, and then I squeeze. And the fork helps break up the center. Shove it in there, And now kind of rotate and push on both. Yeah.
Like into my eyes, right?
I have safety goggles somewhere.
Oh, you're not wearing glasses, huh?
No, I have contacts in.
Good luck.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm in your house right now. Well, neat.
Renee says, you have glasses, it's fine. I have these bangs that are just in my eyes.
Yeah, they'll be in the way.
Yeah, they'll just catch.
I have lemon shield.
Slowly getting through all these apples.
Okay, so
That was the
Next
juice
up-
of 1 lemon.
yeah, next up is cardamom.
Are your hands burning from the lemons?
No, I don't know what's wrong with your hands.
I had to juice a lemon for the water, and my hands were burning.
No, I'm like really trying to effectuate a burn, and I'm not getting it. So, sorry. I squeeze the lemons in this house.
We're getting there through the apples. Apples are fun to cut though, because the knife goes straight through them. Some things are harder to cut.
So I need to gently crack open some cardamom pods.
Yes.
And only 5. So these must go very far.
Yeah. There's some seeds inside you're going to find.
It says to keep the seeds.
The seeds go into.
Okay.
We have a 7-month resub from Missing No Leader. Thank you. What kind of apples did I use? There's a few in here. There's, I think, Fuji. There's definitely Pink Lady, because those are these ones. And then there's definitely Granny Smith.
Yep.
We went to the farmer's market and threw a bunch in a bag, based on my knowledge of what apples are good for pie. Oh, those smell really good.
I just have lemon on my hands, so I can only smell lemon. But I trust you. Oh, okay, those do smell really good. So this is technically what, French jam?
The recipe I found called it French. I don't know what about it is French specifically.
It's gonna be like...
Cardamom is like definitely an Indian
We're going for a
spice.
holiday spice vibe.
It's a little bit of a holiday spice vibe.
So now I just gotta crush these little boys.
Do you have a knife? Yeah, you do. Okay.
The recipe recommends using a heavy spoon to gently crack open the pods.
Okay, that works.
So that's what I was gonna do. I don't know what heavy spoon means. All spoons are the same. Like, I guess don't use a plastic spoon or like a wood spoon.
See, I think a wood spoon would be fine. They're gonna crack easy.
Okay, well, we're gonna find out what happens.
One time, about a year ago, I made pear jam. And I made a spiced pear jam, and it was a little overspiced in my opinion.
So then I just want the contents. Right?
Yeah,
Like, look at the contents.
you can put the shell in there too, I think.
Oh, okay.
Because doesn't it say like, and seeds if they escape?
It says, da 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 da. Where does it say the step?
Up by the cardamom?
Cardamom pods and any seeds that have escaped. So yeah, I'm just gonna put the full thing in. So gently crack them and then toss it in. So this is crack, toss, crack, toss.
It's a satisfying crack.
It is. It's like something not violent, Brandon. Something not violent. It's like
When you
it's
step
like,
on a crispy leaf in the fall.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. It's like if you have a lot of, I don't know, neck stiffness and you're relieving some of it.
It's like if you're breaking someone's neck.
Well, I didn't want to say it's like if you're breaking someone's neck.
Like going to the chiropractor, Decoy Troy says.
I'm always dedicated to directions, Chaz, because there's half of cooking you can freestyle, and the other half of cooking, if you do whatever you want, it like is ruined. And I don't know why. There's two kinds of cooking, and that's the way it is. So we just always follow the instructions. Otherwise, something terrible could happen. But also something terrible might not happen. Maybe it'll be better. I don't cook for a living. Is your server broken? I'll be there.
Do you need a database fixed?
I don't want to talk about a database right now. Oh God. Okay. So we need to add.
Katsuki Randy says you can freestyle cooking, but baking is following.
Yeah. But like
What is jam making?
jam, you put sugar in it, so it's baking, right?
Well,
Well,
it's preserving.
it's preserving.
And
There's three kinds of cooking. There's cooking, baking, and preserving.
You want to chop some apples?
No, I want to do the next step.
Okay. What's the next step?
I don't know. It's pectin.
Okay. The pectin is in the little baggie on top of the pink box
2
by the
tablespoons.
little tripod thing. The little brown bag? Yeah, that.
Okay. And we need 2 tablespoons.
So this is what is this? Is this the low sugar fruit pectin? Steven, can you flip that box over so I can see the front of it? It's the pink box of Sure Gel. For use
We
of
can
less or
show
no
it.
sugar, yeah, that's what I'm using.
We have the technology to autofocus here. Let me know when you're done.
I think he's done.
Okay.
So the favorite jam I've made before is kiwi. That one was probably my favorite that I've made. Do you want me to chop this for eating?
Sure. You're already at it. Go ahead. We got an 8-month resub from Bardic Puppy. Thank you very much. Give me that tablespoon of pectin. So what does pectin do to a jam?
That's what's gonna make it gel.
Okay.
Thus the brand name Sure Gel.
Ah. And we want it to gel. That's the preserving.
Well, okay,
It's like
so,
amber for apples, but you can
so
eat it.
this is not shelf-stable jam because
I'm also not shelf stable, I get it.
shelf-stable means that it can sit on the pantry shelf without any refrigeration.
Okay.
So like your store-bought jam is shelf-stable.
Okay.
And this could be processed to become
this.
shelf-stable. I just have never done that before.
It
And I was
doesn't
talking
matter.
to Haley's mom, who said freezer jam is like actually tastier, in her opinion. So here's all of the stuff:
Look
the
at all
apples, the
that.
cardamom, the sugar, the pectin.
If you
All of
didn't
it's
know
set,
any
and
better,
the lemon juice.
If you didn't know any better, you would think that it's potatoes.
Yes, it does look like potatoes.
All right.
What do we do next, Brandon?
So we gotta add water. Well, we have to boil it. So we're not adding water to this one. Like this is,
Stir well, bring to boil.
yeah, so it's gonna leak juice and then become boilable.
Yeah.
And then after that, like that's pretty much it for this. We boil it and then we stir it for a long time. So that's good. Which means we're about ready to move on to
Grapes.
muscadine jelly, which I'm being told is different from a jam.
All right. So I washed all of these already. These have been washed. And here, you want to try one?
Yeah, I'll
Let's
try
cut
one.
it in half so we can see how it looks.
Yeah, we'll get a nice cross section. Did
Took
you?
a seed while
I'm
I
gonna
was
go
in.
ahead and set a timer
Okay.
for that.
There's seeds in there,
Okay.
just so you're aware. And the skin is also very tough. It's different, isn't it?
I think it's quite good.
They are very different.
The skin is tough, but it has a lot of flavor.
That's where all the flavor is, yeah.
Yeah, because like in the center of it, there wasn't really anything going on. And I was like, this is kind of weak.
So we're gonna cook all of these in the skin to pull out some of the tannins, which is the color,
Yeah.
and the dryness, which is
Also-
what makes wine dry.
The skin is where the flavor is.
And the
so
skin is where the flavor is.
We need the skin.
So these have been washed, and now these are going to go in this stock pot.
Okay.
And so the green ones are the scuppernongs. You can try one of those if you want, but
Sure.
I think the red ones tend to have more flavor in my opinion.
Well, I'll still try it. I'm gonna give it a little cross section as well. So similar kind of deal. It seems like the skin is just as thick, but it blends in better with the center, so you can't really tell.
We had the choice between getting all of one or all of the other at the farmer's market, and we went with the variety.
In general, that's what we did. Because we could have done one kind of apple, we could have done one kind of grape.
All right, so these are here. And now we're gonna fill this with just enough water to cover them. And I've also prepared this, which is cheesecloth on a strainer. That will be important later.
What if you don't have cheesecloth?
You can just use a finer mesh strainer, but I didn't want to pull them out, and then this one is the right size that I need, so I went with that one.
Got it.
All right.
So now we're gonna boil this. And the muscadine jelly is a lot of bring to a boil, add ingredient. Bring
Yeah.
to a boil, add ingredient. That's basically the process we're gonna go through. Whereas with the apple jam, we're gonna bring it to a boil and then stir it, and that's the process for 30 to 40 minutes.
We have 300 bits from Cheesehammer who says, I just want it to be known that the potato masher guy is a phony and a fraud. I saw him cheat on his wife the other day. He should be fired and a suitable replacement, me, brought in instead. We also have a 7-month resub from Haley. Thank you, Haley. Oh, we're not clicked over. That's fine. Chaz can clear them for me.
Oh, well.
So we get cheesecloth, but not Cheesehammer.
I can do it, Steven.
It's backwards and upside down.
Yeah, I don't know what you're doing.
You just have to click over there. Thank
Yeah,
you.
we got it.
5-month resub from Jennifer Jack. Thank you.
Look at that. Boom, it's magic. So we're just waiting for some boiling to happen.
Yeah. So this, you should probably give this a good stir.
Yeah, it said to stir this pretty frequently.
I have it set on like medium high-ish,
Ooh.
and then the grapes I have on, is that hot?
Yeah, the edge of the pot, don't touch it.
I have the grapes on high so they get started.
Okay. Look at these boys. So I was a little skeptical about this boiling, but if you look at the bottom here, there is liquid. And we know what happens to liquid. It boils.
Why don't we have production lights here, Steven?
There's a light. Is it on?
It's
Yeah,
on.
it's on.
Oh, it's so weak.
Every light in this house is made for people who like the dark.
So these need mashed.
Yeah, so I'm guessing the boiling process here is making these easier to mash.
I think it will, but it's not quite there yet.
Yeah,
but as I start to like pop some of these open, that's good. And it kind of says like, you know, do it every so often, because I don't think I'm going to get them all right away, because some of
Yeah.
them are a lot tougher than others. So that's just going to go a little bit longer.
So you've made jams and preserves in the past.
I
you
have.
done these specific recipes, or
Neither.
are these both new?
I've done peach,
Okay.
peach vanilla bean,
Okay.
and kiwi, pear, and then there was one more I did recently. It might have been a different peach, or the same peach. So these are both new.
Now, we went to the state farmers market because it's convenient, it's open 7 days a week, but is that something that you think you need to do, or can
No,
you just go to the store produce section and do this?
I've gotten kiwi from the store. I think I got kiwi from Costco when I did the kiwi ones. The same with pears. I had bought a big flat of pears from Costco. But I knew if I went to the farmer's market, I'd find something in season, and that's what
Yeah.
we're doing.
Yep. Yeah, were the muscadines, that wasn't
They're
a
not,
plan that you
they're
made.
not super in season, but I saw them and I thought that might be fun because they're so unique to the area.
That was kind of the nice part about going to the farmer's market, because we could just kind of plan the recipes that we do based on what
They
was
had.
around. Yeah.
But yeah, we have a state farmer's market. We also have, like, all the small towns in the area have their own on the weekends. But the state farmer's market is 7 days a week, and there's always stuff there.
We're
And
starting
it's
to
all
get-
year.
We're starting to get a little more liquidy here, but not boily. Should we up the heat on this at all?
You can. You just gotta keep an eye on it
Okay.
because that sugar will caramelize. But you do not want that. That's not the goal.
Okay.
Hi, Steven.
Did you want an apple?
Do you want an apple? Here's your apple.
Let him eat it. Oh, Jesus.
I love how I gave you the largest piece.
What kind of apple is it? Actually, how does it taste because it's in a lemon bath?
It's a good apple.
I want to try it because it's we soaked it in lemon.
Oh.
That is a good apple. Wow.
It's not really a good jam apple.
What kind of apple?
I don't remember.
Well, it's good.
Do you know how soft it is?
Yeah.
It's very soft
So why is that bad?
because it'll cook down into basically applesauce. We don't want applesauce.
Okay.
That's why I use Granny Smith and pie, because they don't cook down that much. Now we'll drink the lemon bath.
Oh well.
That's a lot of liquid.
I'm not going to drink it all. Jesus.
One of the other things I considered doing was making apple butter,
Yeah.
which is basically when you slow cook apples for hours and hours,
Yeah.
and then you kind of just puree it. But
Okay.
that takes hours and hours.
Yeah. This isn't the hours and hours kind of show.
No, it's not.
This is the minutes and minutes kind of show. So is this water up to a boil yet? It's
No,
still
it's
pretty
not.
low. But you have it on full blast.
I do. This
Should
stove
we
is...
flip?
No,
Is
what I
this the
should
good
do is I
one?
should put it here.
Okay. Man, what did they do before they had stoves? They had fire? Mm-hmm. That must have taken forever. You couldn't adjust the fire too. I guess you just move it further and closer.
It's all by feel.
How did they bake anything?
Not
They-
well.
Not well, yeah. Everyone ate bread. They had to, someone figured it out. Someone had bread down.
I forget the name of the YouTube channel, but there's someone who does like colonial era cooking and stuff.
Yeah.
There's probably a few of them, but they are interesting. Because they use like a Dutch oven on coals and cook.
Wow.
So some of these have split open.
Do you see did you see that one?
Yeah.
It's got like a net in it. What's going on with
kind
that?
of Net-like.
It's all stringy.
Oh, I pulled out the center. But see, like some of them are starting to split.
So once it's boiling, you want it to boil for about 15 minutes.
Yeah, the grape one.
Once it's boiling. We'll get there. This is really cooking down, the jam.
Good.
It
Yeah,
was
there's a lot
liquid
more liquid in that than...
than I thought there would be. I was like, surely we add water now, right? Nope. Water in the apple.
Magma Fish says, would Brandon starve if he went camping?
Yeah, I would die. I give myself like 40 hours. Maybe 36.
We have a 4-month resub from Kita Loves SM. Thank you.
Maybe, when are you gonna do like a camping stream? Where like, whenever there is like a subscription, you get to eat. Are you allowed to do that on Twitch?
I don't think so.
Twitch is no fun anymore.
See, I don't have a whole lot of camping experience though. Like I went camping as a child.
Me too,
And we had a
actually.
tent.
Same.
And we would cook over the fire a little bit, but not like survival.
Well, you don't have to cook to eat.
True.
And I'm not just saying that you can get DoorDash. What I mean is that you can eat dry goods. So
Yeah, like
maybe that's
spaghetti?
Yeah, you can just eat raw spaghetti on your camping trip.
can I have the grape
Here's the grape.
recipe? Thank you.
Yeah.
I've already forgotten what I need to
Well,
do.
you need to wait for it to boil.
And it's not happening.
Yeah, I know. Like this, we haven't started our 30-minute timer on it because it's not boiling.
Just turn it up a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, it's just going to be a minute.
I can smell the grapes though,
Should we-
which is good.
If we cover it,
It will go faster.
do you have covers for these? At least until it gets to a boil, and then we can uncover it again.
Well, this is getting there.
Okay. Is it?
No,
This is a thing that will assist.
this is yours.
Thank you. We got to keep an eye on it.
Yeah.
Oh no, it gets invisible. Stop it. I can't see it now.
Give it a second for the condensation to like run off.
I don't think there's a thing for that.
No, it will.
There's no hole.
All the water is going to condense and then it will run off and you can see better.
Oh. You know, when I was a child, we learned about rain using this. Because the dome is like the clouds collecting the water, and then after the water gets heavy enough, it rains down back into the pot. That's a good science.
Yeah, that is a good science.
That's a good science if you're in 4th grade.
Precipitation go burr, paper Moses. Thank you, Elfie Goldfish, who says, you got a haircut recently, right? I love the bangs. Thanks. They're a little in my way. I'm not used to them yet.
They'll be not in your way eventually.
Yeah, in a week it'll be fine. I'm listening for bubbling.
I'm gonna go ahead and preemptively get an UV glove because that one is gonna burn you.
Correct. That is something I had to learn with a gas stove, is that everything gets a lot hotter to touch, like when you grab the
Yet it
handles.
takes so long to boil.
I know. I think it's the stove. The stove is just bad.
I think it's gas.
This one's bubbling.
It is? Nice. Is that hurting you?
No.
That's great. Okay. Wait, but now it's not. You want to
See
give
the
it a sec?
edges?
Okay.
It was
We'll
until
give
I
it
took the lid off.
Yeah, we'll give it another minute or two, and then we can.
This
bring
is
down
starting
the
to
heat.
simmer,
Okay, nice.
so we're getting there. On the grapes, at some point when they are boiling, we will mash them some more, and then they'll start to get sugar and the pectin.
Is there any ingredient I should be getting out right now? Because we have the sugar, we have the pectin.
That's all it gets.
Okay. So these are pretty simple recipes. In fact, if you look at the ingredients list for the muscadine jelly, there's 3.
It's the grapes, sugar, and pectin.
Yeah.
So at some point, we'll pull out the jars and we'll get the jars ready. We have 7 months from DC Racer. Thank you. And water. Corke says there's also water in that recipe. That's true.
In the muscadine? Yeah, I guess so. It just doesn't, it's not listed in the ingredients.
How do you know you need it? What if you don't have it?
Oh no, I didn't go buy water. No salt? Yeah, the Slick Duke, I know. I noticed. Do they make banana jam?
You can make banana jam.
That sounds terrible. Sorry, I just hate that. But I'm sure someone loves it, and if you love it, that's fine. You have that. But
I'm sure their name is Thomas.
Thomas, have you ever had banana jam? I'm not hurting Thomas. I'm just saying that I disagree with him. You can disagree with your friends. It's important to have healthy disagreements with your friends. We're boiling. Oh my goodness. Look at that.
Wonderful.
They look real different now.
The power of a lid.
Yeah, they change colors.
The power of
They look
lid.
kind of like potatoes.
These are just imposter potatoes all around. So I'm gonna turn this down a tiny.
Okay, this needs to get turned down too. Because now that it's done, we put it on a simmer.
Yeah. Well, did it want you to boil it for? I guess it doesn't matter. You just need to mash them up.
No, simmer and cook for 15.
Sure. We can close the dishwasher, bud. I'm gonna start stirring the apple jam up a bit. Oh wow, this is a lot easier to move around now.
This is warm.
Yep. I'm wearing the long sleeves. Just-
Steven, you want to turn the air down?
He's doing a thing. He's busy.
Yeah,
I'll go
he's
do
busy.
It. I'll go do it in a second.
Okay.
Is your AC even on right now? I'll find out.
I think the downstairs is set to heat.
Okay.
You can turn it to cool.
Okay. Let me go do that. This needs some time anyway. Now that we're at a boil, I'll go ahead and start our 30-minute timer.
So the liquid in here, you can kind of see a little bit. It's turning pink. Can you tell on the camera?
A little bit, yeah.
It's really hot. Switch hands.
Okay. So I have the AC set to 70 now.
That will help.
Yeah. That's getting so mashed up. Paper Moon, we had a very extensive conversation about what jam is, and we can't get back into it. Watch the VOD. Yeah, so a lot of the recipes warn that this is very hot.
Yeah, because once it gets jellied, it is hot and it sticks to you.
Yeah, and that's bad. So just be very careful when you're doing the mashing or you're doing the stirring.
Yeah.
So one of the recipes suggested putting like a stirrer stick in, like the kind of thing you would use for a coffee. But that's highly dangerous, so just stir at your own risk. I can get back to mixing that now.
Okay.
You should focus on the
Mashing.
Yeah.
You see it's turning pink though?
Yeah, that's interesting. And I wonder how if we just went pure muscadine, I wonder what that color would look like. Because this is muted pink, probably. Because we got the scorpion jelly in it. What's it called?
Scuppernong?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Scorpion jelly.
I'll just take a short break and rinse my arm under some cold water. We have a 7-month resub from SaveFrog33. Thank you. Katsuki Randy says sticky burns are not fun. Correct. Whether you're doing caramel or jam, they are not fun.
This is pretty mashed up now.
Okay.
I mean, what do you think?
I might mash it a little bit after it's cooked a little bit longer.
Okay. I'll try to get some of the stragglers.
Okay. I want to warn you because I did this. When I was pushing down on the masher, It kind of fell to the side and my whole arm touched the edge of the pot.
Okay.
And I have a slight burn.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry.
Me too.
But I'll try to be, I'll try to make sure that doesn't
You
happen to me.
do have your arms protected with your shirt though. Whereas I do not.
So I am both fit to go on a hike and cook jelly. And I love that.
All at once.
No. Not all at once. So our next step for this
Is what, sugar?
It's to strain it.
Oh yeah, to strain it. Okay, so when we do that.
Because we only want the jelly. Like all the muscadine, scorpion jelly guts, we don't want those. We just want the jelly. Or we just want the juice, rather.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these apples out of the apple bath and dump this lemon juice water. And now we have this ready for this.
You have a timer going over here, Mal. Is this
That
for
timer's for grape.
Okay.
So when we're ready, we'll just dump that all in here. Into this cheesecloth. Where'd my drink go? This is fine. You have coffee.
It's actually water.
You have coffee.
I know, but I actually have water in it.
Oh, okay.
It used to have coffee in it, but now it has water in it. That's the secret. Ooh, yeah.
This?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's not great.
I'm okay.
I believe it.
Yeah, Chaz, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
C for coffee. Mm-hmm. C for, I don't know.
Chaz. Ooh, I hear something boiling a lot.
Yeah, it's supposed to boil for 30 minutes. Mm-hmm. But you do want to stir it so that the caramel don't. We could probably, well, did you already turn it down?
A little bit.
It's going though. So on this, we have about 30 minutes left. 25 to 30 minutes. So this really takes its time. So for the apple, what's our next step? After we let this boil for a while, are we taking it off heat, letting it cool a bit, and then trying to put it in jars?
I believe we can take the immersion blender and blend it just a little bit
Okay,
so it's not as chunky,
okay,
and then it goes straight into jars hot.
okay. And then do we let it sit for a while and then put it in the freezer? That way the glass doesn't
So
shatter?
what we're going
or-
to do is we'll put the lids on because the lids have a wax seal,
Okay,
and that will seal itself automatically, and then they have to sit for like 24 hours or so, because what's going to happen is it's going to completely seal
they
and
need
like
to sit
the
like out
button-
of the fridge? Mm-hmm. Okay, so sit out in open air.
and then it can go into the freezer or fridge.
Okay,
And there's like how long it can last in either we'll talk about, because it's like, I don't know, like 9 months in the freezer or like 2 weeks in the fridge, something like that.
so we're really just making like a year's supply of toast juice.
Yes.
Okay. Do you eat toast?
No, I normally actually put jam
Well,
on
it's
my
time to
Greek.
start eating.
I put jam on my Greek yogurt in the morning.
okay,
I
that sounds
buy
good.
plain Greek yogurt,
Okay.
and then I put a scoop of jam in
yeah,
it.
you top it with a little fruit. That sounds nice. And with plain Greek yogurt, you have an empty palate.
Correct.
Cool.
Sometimes I'll throw like almonds in it or granola too. And I've been out of my freezer jam, so I've been, get rid of this. I've been using Costco strawberry right now.
Yeah. We had the last of it on toast, I think, during Extra Life.
We can probably start pulling out the jars while this is still going.
Sure.
So I'm gonna give this to you for over there,
Oh,
because you will want something to protect, because they will be incredibly hot.
I do like that, to be protected. The jars will be hot?
When they get the jam in them.
Oh, okay. Not coming out of the jar factory.
No.
Thank you. Like speed stackers.
I don't know how many each one made. I forgot already.
Well, just fill until they're done.
How many do you have?
I have 8. You have
8.
8.
Here, have a 9th one.
Okay.
So you're supposed to rebuy new lids because then you have a good seal for sure. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you can buy just the lids pretty easily. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Ooh, this smells really good.
This is 10, but here you go.
You should smell this.
Yeah, that does smell very good. It's smelling
Wow.
a little bit like applesauce,
Okay.
but that's obviously to be expected.
Well, I hear one of the main ingredients in applesauce is apples.
What's the other?
Sauce. Obviously.
And do you see how pretty pink this is turning?
That's like a little Taco Bell purple pink. We're making Taco Bell jelly. You not like Taco Bell jelly? I love Taco Bell jelly.
Made entirely with chalupas.
Ugh. Okay, I don't like it anymore.
So the grapes have 5 more minutes.
Okay, until they can be juiced.
Yeah, until they get strained.
Yes. Because unlike the apple, we don't want the grape bits.
Baja Blast jelly.
Ugh.
You could do it. Surely, right?
Can we take this juice and put it in like those home carbonation things?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I like that. I don't know if I like that. It's like making
don't have one of those.
old style Coca-Cola. Anyway, if you give me 5 more minutes, I'm sure I can think of 3 or 4 more ways to ruin this recipe, so don't hold your breath.
Salt?
We already went there. So this isn't baking?
No.
Okay.
Baking involves an oven
Yeah, it
where it
does.
is baked
Yeah.
in the oven.
Baking requires an oven.
Does baking always require an oven? And other philosophical questions tonight.
So if you're making an icebox pie or an icebox cake, no, I don't think it requires an
But
oven
is
then.
that considered baking then? Or is
Or is
that just preserving?
dumping stuff? Yeah.
Like, what's Jell-O? What is Jell-O?
The world wants to know. Yeah, there's no baked goods.
There's no baked. What?
Those are regarded as no-bake cakes though, like no-bake cheesecake. Because you just take basically graham crackers and butter and like combine them and make the crust. And then it's just like pour it in and throw it in the fridge.
Kind of sounds like all of these definitions are fast and loose.
Yeah.
Cooking is fast and loose unless you're baking, but sometimes when you're baking, it's not baking. And you don't have to be precise, but then you do. It's a science, except when it's not.
Is this why you went into IT and not baking?
Oh, I mean, I would take baking over technology. Let me tell you something about technology. Technology is a series of things that shouldn't work stacked on top of each other. And everything that operates the modern world is like two missteps away from fundamentally breaking. But your money is safe in your banks. Don't take the money out of the banks. Don't retreat into the woods because you don't have the ability to cook in the woods with the fire. Like, just no. So like, this is the best we got, but it ain't ideal. It ain't ideal.
Thomas is Brandon is serving right now. Oh, it's so warm in front of the stove with both burners on.
Yeah, I can't laugh, Thomas.
2.5 minutes left on grape.
I want to get back to mashing.
Oh, I know what I need to. Why are you so close to me? I need a small plate, please.
What do you mean, why am
He's
I so
the
close to
camera.
you? Do you see how much room I have?
No.
Where would I go?
No
I'm
idea.
backed up against this, and Matt's like, you're so close. Where would I go?
We have 300 bits from Becky Starr who says, but why do they call it why
Oh,
do
boy.
they call it an oven when you of the cold food out of the hot food? Why do they, Steven?
I was trying to listen to hear if the fan for the camera was
Oh, I'm sure it is on.
Oh, that's why you were like listening to the gentle whisperings of the camera. You looked like you were having a moment.
Yeah. Because it is very warm over here.
It is very warm.
And the camera is very warm in my hands.
I'm about to drop this down here. So it kind of looked like Steven was doing this.
And what do you hear?
I was making sure
Fan?
that the fan was on.
Oh, because otherwise the camera would shut down while we're doing the show.
Yeah.
Yes.
The FX3 has a fan built in, which is very helpful.
I wish I had a fan built in.
Do you?
Yeah, because then I'd be cool, like the FX3. Instead, I'm hot. Like a human.
Oh.
So is it time to strain the juice?
In 40 seconds.
It's time to strain the juice.
It's time. I'm just
Okay.
trying to see if there's any more big chunks of grape I could smash. Because all the fun part is done now.
I think we had equal smashing opportunity. And we both had a chance. So that's nice. Okay. So you've assembled a
colander,
strainer.
cheesecloth into a bowl.
Yeah. Excellent work.
Thank you.
Also, I'm glad that everything in that pot fit in that bowl. So we'll just let this empty out. And look at all that juice. So that's really the jelly.
Yeah, that will be the jelly.
That will be jelly when we add sugar and sure gel, and that's it.
There is a lot of grape pieces in the colander, so it's not really coming through well. It's kind of getting clogged up.
Well, let's give it some time. The apples still have like 20 minutes. But it's looking real good. Beautiful golden. The one thing I'm a little unsure about is the spice pods we put into it.
Yes,
They're just kind of in here.
that's okay.
I
The
believe
photo
you.
for the recipe had them in it.
Okay. I'm just wondering how that'll taste.
Oh, who knows?
I'm excited to find out in 2 days.
Can I get the elf glove?
The what?
The elf glove?
Oh, yeah. There you go. We're slowly draining.
It's really hot.
So maybe we need to let it cool a bit and
Nope.
then we can... Oh, okay. You're just going to do what I was going to do, but with the glove. Okay.
I don't want to get the glove all wet because then it
Then
does
it'll
not
seep
work.
through and be... Ow. Well, if you want, I can prepare an ice bath. And we can set the bag in the bath to cool it if you want.
That makes a lot of sense to me. TBH.
You think so?
I can work on that.
I also need this wiped out
Okay.
because I need to pour the juice back in there.
Okay. Let me work. Do you want me to put water in the ice?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm gonna step on ice and it's gonna be terrible, but it's fine. We're doing this for jelly and it's worth it. All right, you think that's enough?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna put this right here. Oh wait, you just want me to?
You can put it over there.
Okay. Put it right here. Now I'm gonna work on wiping this out
Okay.
with, I guess, a paper towel. Are
Sounds
done?
good to me.
We done with colander?
We're down with colander.
Awesome.
Just gonna stand
Da,
here for
da,
a second.
da. There's Kepler? Where is Kepler?
Where is Kepler? People said they saw Kepler.
You did?
Or are we calling Kepler to play with ice cubes?
Oh, Kepler ain't a dog.
No, some cats will do that.
Really?
He's not really interested in that.
Neither am I.
It is beneath him.
If I had thought ahead, I would have grabbed like gloves, and then that would have been fine.
Do you want me to find gloves
No.
somewhere?
This is almost done.
Okay. Ba-da-da-da-da-da.
Oh wait.
I am not a dog, it's true. Trill Girl is asking. Or asserting.
See, all of the good flavor is in there, and I want to squeeze it and get it all out.
But it's gonna hurt.
It is gonna hurt.
Well, there's an ice bath there. So we're gonna have some pink ice.
Did you not want one, or did you want ice?
I changed my mind.
Okay. There is a thing here,
I'm good.
if you wanna.
I'm fine.
Okay. I'm gonna get back to stirring these apples. I think the pot is pretty much ready.
Okay.
Do you just want ice?
I'm fine.
Okay.
Just gonna cool this down for a second.
Because
it's way too hot. Ooh, it's pretty.
Yeah, we're making pretty.
That bird looks angry. It's not bad. Okay, I can touch that now.
Okay, so now you can squeeze.
Okay.
Is it still too hot?
I feel like you
The
let
center
it
is
touch
hot.
ice for 10 seconds and you're like, we're all set. And I'm like,
I didn't want to set it down because it's gonna open up on me.
You might just have to hold it for a bit.
I'm setting it over here. It hot. Okay, I'm pouring this juice back into the pot now.
Okay. We did it. So we have the first of 3 ingredients.
Now this can go in here.
Okay.
Okay,
So what is next?
when does sugar come into the play here?
Probably now, right?
Remove from heat, pour mixture through strainer.
Yep.
Medium heat, bring to full rolling boil, reduce to simmer, add pectin to the juice, stir, but oh, there's sugar. Sugar is later.
Okay. So we're gonna bring
We're
this
gonna bring
to
this
a boil,
to a boil.
and then we're gonna add pectin, and then we're gonna let it boil for a minute, and then we're
then
gonna
we add
add sugar.
Yes.
Sweet.
And this gets 2 and
Should we put this
4.
on the middle thing again so that it comes to a boil faster?
Probably.
Jesus, that's ferocious. I don't know if it comes across on the microphone, but it sounds like a rocket ship just took off in the stove. We can also lid. Let me get lid. Now
lid.
let me lid. Boom, there we go.
I'm gonna get the sugar ready.
Okay,
So this gets 2.4 cups of sugar.
man, the apple jam, the apple jam's gonna be good. I can't smell anything and I can smell the apple jam, so the apple jam's gonna be good. I'm very excited.
Okay, so this is my sugar.
And now we eat.
We eat the sugar. Let's see, 4.2 teaspoons of pectin. Excuse me.
4.2.
Yeah, it's because I had to half the recipe based on how many grapes we bought.
How many teaspoons is in a tablespoon?
3.
How does anyone know that?
Memorization.
No.
I mean,
I mean, yeah, but like, it's not possible to know.
It's not.
I don't think so.
Ooh, this is looking really good.
I
Have you
know,
pulled
right?
it in there lately?
It's even more golden than before. Look at this. Ugh. It smells good. One day we'll be able to make you smell it. Like, Twitch is behind on HDR, but they're gonna get the smell thing down first, probably.
We don't even have HEVC.
Liberty says, I have a fridge magnet with that info. That's great. There's a few I have memorized. Teaspoons to tablespoons is
Yeah,
one.
it's almost like I want like an HUD when I'm cooking. That's just those stupid conversions. Either that, or we need all of our recipes to be fully metric, because I'm
Then
not
it
going to
makes
know.
sense.
Because I was sure that you were going to say there were 4 teaspoons in a
No, it's
tablespoon,
3
and that's
teaspoons
wrong.
to a tablespoon.
Why? Why is
Imperial
a
measurements.
tablespoon like a yard? Why are we doing this? We can stop at any time. No one can stop us from stopping.
There used to be a push for it, and then that stopped.
Yeah, like in the 70s, right? So that was like 60 years ago.
Yeah.
We're almost boiling. Not
Yeah,
quite
it's
though.
just the edges.
This has between 6 and 11 minutes.
Well, do we want to immersion blend that, or do you like where it is? I kind of like it like it is, but
I
it's
do
up to you.
too. I mean, like, this is our consistency, right? I like this.
Okay.
I would like that on bread.
Okay.
You're gonna eat this too,
Yep.
camera. What do you think? Should it be more finely diced, or
That's fine.
are we good? It's pretty varied too. Like there's some bigger chunks and some smaller chunks. I like it. I think it's good.
Now, this is the test you do.
There's a test.
There's
I
a
didn't
test.
study for a test.
I have a cold plate.
Okay.
Put a little bit on here, like a couple drops.
Like, will it
Just drops.
shatter the?
No, that's way too much. You just want like literal drops. That's good.
What
So
does that mean?
you let it sit for a second,
Uh huh.
and then you see if it jellies.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, it's jellying. Because you see how like chunky it is on top of like the pieces of apple?
Can I try it, or is it really hot?
It's warm, it's not hot.
Oof. Oof. Oof.
I also burned myself already, so.
It's good. Oh my gosh, that's very good. Hang on, I'm gonna try it. Oh, that's boiling. Funny that. Okay, so now that it's boiling,
Can
we're
I
gonna
get
add
a spatula of something?
like
Oh,
a-
yeah, that's perfect.
Okay.
So you're supposed to be able to stir this, and it's not supposed to stop boiling. That's what I'm looking for.
Okay. It's
And then
still
we're gonna reduce it.
it's still rolling pretty good.
That's what I want. We're gonna reduce it, and we're gonna add the pectin.
And you want to add how much pectin?
For this, what I'm doing is 4.2 teaspoons.
Okay.
One.
And right now I'm just trying to continue to stir the apple jam so that it doesn't burn onto the bottom and caramelize.
You could probably turn that down.
Maybe. I guess so. Look at that pectin. That's sure to gel.
Now we want this to dissolve. And we're gonna bring it back to a boil.
For a minute, right? So it's gonna boil for a minute, and then sugar is the next step. And it looks like it'll be about 2 parts juice, 1 part sugar. So that's fine. This is, I'm very excited for apple. Wow, apple.
Sorry, I'm counting my minute.
What?
Instead of putting a timer, I was counting.
Okay. Next time we have technology, I'll set it on my watch.
I'm so confused.
She's counting to 60, so she knows that a minute's passed.
I know, but
That's how, because we have 60 seconds in a minute for some reason. Gosh, at least we don't have like yards of minutes or whatever. Time is like based on the earth, right?
All right, are you ready for the sugar getting added? If I remember correctly, this part makes it bubble up a little bit.
Okay, well the bowl is pretty shallow, so, but I'll like, you want me to do it because I got the sleeves?
I'm good.
Okay. Sugar, there we go. Oh my gosh, that's sugar. And that's basically it.
This is basically it.
So now that we got the sugar in, stir until dissolved, bring it to a boil for a minute, and then that's it.
That's it.
That's it. Wow, so that's gonna be quick.
I can still see some chunks of sugar in there.
Yeah, it has to dissolve. We tried metric time in France a long ago. Yes, that's true, it did not work. They tried to do 100-minute hours, and that was not a winner. But I think time is like based on the earth, and yards are based on what someone taught. And so, because like you can divide the earth into time.
All right, this.
Surely someone knows what I mean by that. Okay.
Are you talking about like the latitude minutes?
Yeah,
around?
there's a reason.
I'm waiting for this to get to a boil.
Okay.
And then I just let it boil for a minute, and this is done. That, in
Yeah.
my opinion, is done. So you could probably turn that off.
Take it off heat.
Yeah.
Okay, let me do that. Yeah, it's been about 29 minutes.
Well, it's gelled.
Yeah, I think it's good.
Now, when you fill those, how much headspace do we leave? Whoop.
Oh God.
I'm sorry.
Oh God.
You want to leave about a half to a fourth of an inch from the top down.
Okay.
So like right to the top of
I'm gonna use a ladle for that.
That's fine. Use a ladle.
Sorry, I have to use another thing, but I'm gonna wash it anyway, so it doesn't matter.
I can't see chat. Chat's
Yeah,
way
I know.
over there.
That's
the hard thing about this.
We gotta
is chat's
get
way over there.
We gotta get chat in. We need a HUD for when we're cooking, and the HUD has to have the teaspoons and tablespoons over here, and your Twitch chat over here.
In the future, all cooking streams will feature Apple Vision Pro.
I'm sorry. Well, did Screechy come across?
I mean, if I could hear it, they could hear it.
But we got the mics.
What does that mean?
It means that you can't hear like.
This is boiling.
They can hear me talking.
Well, you always talk. That's not what I mean. You know how to talk.
This is boiling.
I'm so sorry about Screech. Yeah, I agree. Do you want me to set a timer for?
I
Oh,
did.
you did it. Wow, look.
I used technology this time.
Congratulations.
Look how pretty it is. Also, I'm getting ready to pull it off the burner the second it gets way too tall, but I'm stirring it constantly. And I only have 20 more seconds.
They did not pull Steven off the burner in time. It is very pretty.
I turned it down a
Oof.
smidge.
Oh my gosh.
It's making me nervous.
Yeah, me too. Well, it's okay. Like the worst case scenario is that it makes a mess, and we know how to
And
clean
it's
it.
going to be a hot, sticky mess because
Well,
it's
we know
jelly.
how to we know how to clean a mess. Okay.
Can you get me that cold plate back up?
Yep. So now we're going to do the jelly test again. Pardon the apple.
Thank you.
It seems. What do you think?
I need to give it a second.
If not, if it doesn't jelly right now, we're going to add more pectin and then boil it again.
And not jelly up.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, so you added another
Teaspoon.
And we're gonna do another minute boil. In the meantime, I'm gonna try to jar.
Okay.
We're gonna see how that goes.
It will be very hot. The jar will get hot quick.
Okay, so I'm gonna not hold the jar. I'm gonna do a little scoop. Scoop.
I have a funnel, but that's way too thick to get through the funnel.
Yeah, that would be a non-starter, I think. We need like a wide funnel. Where do we get one of them?
This is what I would do personally. I would
Okay.
get a measuring cup,
You think?
like a smaller
and
measuring
then do
cup.
a measuring cup instead of a ladle?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do that. The measuring cup does kind of concern me because it's a short.
Yeah, but you don't have any hot. I mean, you still have hot, but you don't have fire at this point.
Brandon, you don't have any hot. Okay. But this is, yeah, this is a bit easier. So I need to leave a 1/4 inch. Is that right?
Yeah, a little bit more than that. Like right towards where the quilting stops.
What's
The diamond
purpose?
pattern. So it's going to expand in the freezer, right? Also, they sell like plastic freezer jam containers.
Because the water is going to crystallize.
And expand a little bit.
Yeah, we learned that in science class. The same science class where we learned about rain by boiling water. Look at that. And then we're going to,
You can do a little bit more than
a
that.
little bit more. Okay. Oop. Awesome. I'm going to get myself a little paper towel. And then, should I be lidding this now?
No, you
No.
can get all the rest of them first.
Okay. So we'll see how
Can I
many...
get that plate back?
Yeah, I should have put it back in the fridge.
It's fine. Actually, that gelled.
You think? So now it's going to be super gel.
That's fine.
More things for Brandon to wash. It's fine. I live to wash. I'm like a cat. Okay, so let's do this again. I don't know that this is going to make 9 jars, but I think that's also fine.
That is also fine, yes.
Because 9 jars is a lot.
Well, I don't think it was supposed to be 9.
Oh. Well, I've never bought
It was
9
supposed to
jars
be
of
4
anything
jars.
in my life. So, it was supposed to be 4? 4 half pints, because that's what these
Yes.
are? Okay.
Whew. Yeah, that's gelling.
Why do they have quilts on the glass?
To be pretty.
Do we call it quilting? Is that... Hey, glass people in the chat.
I believe they are
Do we
called
call
quilted.
it quilted? Mm-hmm. Where are all my glass people? Surprisingly, no one is talking about glass.
You know where ball jars originate?
No, I don't know where ball jars originate.
Oh, you want me to answer that?
Yeah.
Ball State.
Ball State?
Ball State University.
They invented jars?
And that-
They invented
and
jars?
that's in Muncie, Indiana.
I don't know anything about Muncie.
Well, there's nothing to know.
There's nothing to know. Not to be confused with quilted northern, says Renee. Yeah, it's a little different. Did Ball State invent quilted northern? Oh God, Rachel. That's fine. Okay.
I'm gonna do this over the sink, Stephen.
Oh,
Oh god. Oh god. Oh god.
do you good? Do you want a second hand? Okay. Because I can even offer 2 hands.
Behind.
Sorry about the screech. We're only doing what we can.
That's hot.
Oop.
Oh my god, that. Are you sure?
What?
That just looks dangerous. Oh my god. Okay.
The spout on this is not what I need, but that's okay.
No one has ever died. No one's ever been gaslit.
So I'm doing it over the sink, Stephen.
Okay.
There have been 0 days. Wait, there have been infinite days since the last accident here.
This is making me so nervous. Oh my god.
I'm losing a lot down the sink, which is kind of frustrating, but
Well,
it's
this
okay.
one looks like you can funnel. What do you think?
I could, but I was trying to use the spout.
You can still funnel.
Yeah.
While it's hot, you can funnel. When it's not hot, you can't funnel. That's the trick.
I mean, I'm gonna sound familiar, but why don't you use a measuring cup?
Why don't I use the funnel?
Yeah, the measuring cup would not actually be a pretty good idea too. I mean, the Pyrex does got the spout, so that would be a little easier than just pouring the pot. Do, 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 do. We love to have music. Ugh. How's it going over there, Mal?
Good.
Good. I probably have like 1.5 jars.
That's fine.
Just letting you know. 1.5 jars left. I've filled 4 so far. So we use 6 apples and we're getting 4 jars.
Yep.
The thing is about apples is that they're all different sizes. So again, this must not be baking because the sizing's all over the place. Thomas wanted me to add extra sugar. Thomas, what are you doing? Thomas wants me to have a cavity.
So what I get? That's 6.
You have 6 jars?
Mm-hmm.
Man, you're winning.
And this one's a little low.
I don't think you'll be able to fill all of them perfectly.
No. This is jellying in the sink. It's great.
Jelly in the sink. Sounds like a toy for children.
Okay, I'm done. Are you done?
Pretty much.
All right, so what I need to do next to finish these off is I need to wipe down the rim.
We kind of
case I
timed this
spilled any.
perfectly, you know, unintentionally, right? Because
Yeah.
both of these got to the jarring stage at the same time. How about that, huh?
Now it's important the top is clean because that's where it's going to seal.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just using a damp paper towel to wipe the edge of this.
The concern is like bacteria growth, as I understand. Is that right?
We just want to make sure it has a good seal.
Okay. Well, I'm about done. So I ended
The
up.
song has sirens, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know.
It's
I was
Dr.
like,
Mario.
the police are here to come bust our jam operation.
They're so upset about our jam. Does this one get skimmed? I
It
forget.
did say to skim.
On yours or mine?
Yours. Mine,
Okay.
there's nothing to skim.
Okay. Let me grab a spoon. I don't know why you skim, honestly.
The important part about a
Probably should've done
kitchen
this
is just
before.
having utensils around because sometimes you got to do it quick.
Is it similar to like the film on a pudding?
Maybe. I really don't see the point. Maybe someone in chat knows.
Let me see what the thing says. Oh, this has a process for like doing the
Yeah, the actual canning.
shelf thing.
That seems good.
Yeah, so pour jelly into jars, skim foam off top of jelly. So if there's foam, then yeah,
I skimmed what I could.
there's really not a lot of foam.
No.
So I think you're pretty okay. I'm guessing that's going to impact the jellying process
Maybe.
in some way. Where are our glass makers? Where are our
Jam
jam
makers.
skimming people?
All right.
You guys put too much faith in chat, says Circle Now Square. Maybe.
All right, so I'm gonna set, not that one, that one's an old one.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to set all these on here.
So I should do the same to mine.
Did you wipe the rims down?
No.
You need to wipe the rims.
Just use a damp paper towel.
Well, all right. I can do that.
And then I'm going to very carefully grab these bands. How many do I have, Steven? 6?
6. There are 6.
Now, I don't want to tighten these too tightly. I'm just going to do kind of like that. Like I'm not cranking these on there.
Interesting.
Because what's going to happen is it's just going to hold it in place until that wax gets a little warmer and seals itself.
Okay.
And then I'm going to move it back to the towel because they are hot and they're sitting on the marble. That one's not on right. There we go. Yeah, those are very hot.
Yeah, I started to jar by holding the jar over the pot. That was just easier, there was less motion. But I definitely had to hold it from the top.
So these are going to sit, sorry, I had to check where you were pointing, till they're cool. And what's going to happen as they cool is that it's going to melt this wax ring a little bit and seal it to the jar. And then it has the button. It's going to automatically seal itself and pop.
Man, this is like
and
magic.
do the negative pressure. And then after that's done and they're cool, I'm just going to make sure these are tight after that. Once they're cool, just tighten them a little bit more. And then I'm going to label them all. And then they go in the freezer.
Nice.
And if you can get plastic ones to put in the freezer. I don't have children, I'm very careful with them, so I've never had a problem, so I'm just careful. But
is the concern that a child will break a glass? That's what children are known for. Always breaking stuff.
How are we doing?
Okay, I feel like I'm being probably over thorough with wiping the rims off. You just want the jam chunks to be not there? Okay. Well, we're getting there. 4 of these are ready to lid. And it's these 4. Ooh.
So this one's only half full, so this will be
Yeah.
our test one.
What does that mean?
That one I'll put in the fridge.
Oh, okay. Some of these jams are going to be more spicy than others because it seemed like the spice
cardamom?
pods, the cardamom pods, that's what they're called. The cardamom pods were at the bottom, like all of the cardamom pieces.
Yeah.
So some of these
I see
are
a couple
real.
down in there.
Well, even just like the seeds that were leaking out, they were like all at the bottom of the pod.
I see.
So some are going to be a little
Oh,
spicy.
we got some jelly in there. We can like dip bread into that.
Sure. We have bread.
Is this jellied a little bit?
This
Yeah,
is-
there's a little bit in here too.
This is Bread House.
Then we can taste it.
Okay. So that's ready. So Ball State made jars.
They made ball jars.
They made ball jars. Well, if you're gonna make something, name it after yourself. Or don't. Depends on what kind of life you want to live. What are you up to?
I'm cutting bread.
Oh, you're gonna fulfill the promise
Of what?
of us having bread
taste
to do
it?
the jam. Wow, I wasn't really expecting that. I was speaking tongue in cheek. I was doing a ha-ha. But you were doing a sincere.
I was.
Wow.
We have to taste it.
Well, I'm hungry, so that sounds good.
How many jars do you have total?
7.
With
6
jam?
and a half.
Okay.
So 7. I wasn't sure why you were asking.
I was getting your bands.
Well, thank you. And so just kind of like a loose.
That one.
Ba-da-da-da-ba-ba.
Are you ready to taste it, Stephen?
Yeah.
I can finish if y'all want to taste.
No, you have to taste too.
Well, I'll taste later. Can I bring this over? Yeah, I can. Can you give me a tiny hot pad to put this on? Thank you.
Can you move this?
We appreciate you.
Thank you.
You want me to put it there?
No, I'll put the other one there.
Okay, like this?
Yeah, there's a little bit in there.
I guess. Wow, look at what we've done. I love
There's a huge mess.
I love what we've done with the place. Cheesehammer gifted a sub to Jam Meepler. Thank you very much. We have a 7-month resub from Light9715. Thank you.
Ooh, the apple is really good.
Oh yeah, I guess I get to try it, right? I'm gonna go muscadine.
Ooh.
Isn't that good?
Yeah.
Apple
Ooh.
is very good.
Ooh.
So we got this.
That's good.
This I can tell this is jelly.
We love that.
This does not have as much in the pan.
Oh, the jelly, very
And
good.
a lot of it's already,
Really congealed.
yeah, like it can't get at it.
Well, Apple is our Lord and Savior.
Yeah, I can't.
Chaz says Brandon jelly identifier.
I'm really afraid.
So children, what have we learned today? This is jam, that's jelly, and then there's a third one we don't talk about. There's a fourth one we also don't talk
I
about.
think I will really like this once I'm able to taste it more.
Yeah, tomorrow.
So I did take most of it,
yeah, he
Yeah,
did.
but that's okay.
but it was very good.
Good.
You'll like it.
Good. So I want a big bowl.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the apple good.
The apple very good.
Apple very good. Renee is going to do our recap.
That's unsweetened.
Yeah, I'll try that
It's
in a
very
minute.
good.
Renee says jelly is made with strained fruit. There are no pieces of fruit in jelly. Jam. Jam is made with mashed fruit. Preserves. Preserves have whole fruit or large pieces of fruit.
So I suppose the apple is preserves that we did.
Dang it, no.
Because we-
I just had this straight.
It's because it's very chunky. It's whole pieces of apple in there.
So because we didn't use the immersion blender, it's not jam? The recipe says jam.
If we would have mashed that, it would have been more jam, but we didn't mash it. It's just chunks.
At least it's good.
It tastes good.
At least
It
we're
does
not
taste
having
good.
an argument over something that tastes terrible. You ruined the recipe, says Super Yoshi 7. Yeah, well, we try. Diddy Eggs says, Brandon, fake jelly identifier. Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
I guess Brandon can't sleep.
Yeah, it's true. We messed it up.
So both of these recipes you can and process if you are someone who does that
And what is the purpose of that again?
to make it shelf stable.
So
which
you can
I'm
put
not
it in your
doing.
pantry?
Yes, and it will be fine in the pantry for.
Is that fine until you unseal it and then you have to put it in the fridge?
Yes.
Okay. And what is like overall conceptually the process for doing that?
So you have something like this.
Okay.
And sometimes if you're fancy, you have a lifter that you can put all the jars into and like lower it and raise it.
Okay.
And then you put it in the,
Is it like boiling water?
yes, it's boiling water
So you
and you
boil
have
a pot
to
of-
cover the whole jar
Okay.
with like up to
So
2
like
inches.
we would get to, I'm not like this, and then we would dip it in the jar.
It
while
would sit
it's
in here
boiling.
boiling for like, I don't know,
A few minutes.
a few minutes, 10
Okay.
minutes, and then it comes out.
And then you can put it on a shelf.
Yes,
Wow. That's a lot of work.
yes,
So we're putting it in the freezer instead.
yes. I made freezer jam.
Throw it in the freezer.
I've made compote before. Compote is really easy to make because you just throw the fruit on
And you just kind of chop
and
it
some
up.
sugar, and then you put it on angel food cake.
So if I throw all these in the freezer, once they've cooled down tomorrow, they're good in the fridge for 3 weeks. If I freeze them, they're good in the freezer for like a year.
Nice.
And when I take them out of the freezer, I put them in the fridge, and then the next morning they're ready to use, and then they're good there for 3 weeks.
Nice.
But they don't last that long.
So
They
you
last
s-
like 3 days.
You said this was good?
It's just the grape juice
Yeah, from
with
the...
no sugar.
Okay.
a little sour.
Because the jelly is like
This
2
had all
parts
the sugar,
sugar,
yeah.
1 part juice, right? I mean, it's not, but it basically is. This is like I'm taking cough medicine.
It looks like it.
Hey, don't do that. Sorry, we were yelling at the cat. The cat was doing a cat.
Have you ever
This
made a
is very
coulis? I have
good.
not made a coulis.
This is very good unsweetened because it's like very sour.
It is very sour.
I love it. I love extreme salt flavors and sour flavors.
Sour is good.
And if you put both in the same thing,
Hi, you.
forget it. Oh, look at Kefty.
Do you like jam?
I don't think he likes it.
No, I don't think he likes jam
Unless
either.
it was made of chilies. Because that would be meat jam.
Okay.
Sure. Oh, we're done. Okay, well.
Let me do this. Because I've been over there over
Thank
the
you,
warm
love.
stove.
Did you update beans?
No, I did not update beans. These
Okay.
are stale.
Well,
They'll be updated for next week.
Will they?
Yeah.
wow.
All right.
Well, thank you, lovely
thank you,
patrons.
patrons.
You
If
make
you-
this happen.
Yeah, you make this happen if you're interested in the perks that come along with this, including the Discord server. AutoChaz via Renee and Vagabond have the links in chat, so you can find out that. The server is also the same one as Steven's, so
Yep,
whoever
shared.
you are supporting, you will end up in the same Discord.
Yeah.
Same place.
Community of like 500 to 600 people, I think, at this point.
Yeah,
And that's been a thing for, we're not quite at 10 years, but we're at like,
really?
we're really, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It's been like 9 years.
Yeah. So some of the folks there have been there the entire time. And, you know, it's like you get to watch people grow up
Yeah.
over a decade.
There's
like
been neat
we've
things
watched
happen.
children grow up.
Uh-huh.
It's wild. Anyway, it's a good Discord.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks everyone for being here. We're doing a vlog raid.
Do you got a vlog button to press? Oh my goodness.
It's out.
They're a vlog, and Ahmad will put it in the chat soon.
Chaz has some hashtags that you can leave in the vlog comments.
Hot like a human. That's mine.
Leek juice.
Skin is worth the flavor.
Leek juice is good.
There's the link. Thank you, Fossix.
Appreciate it.
Anyway, thanks everyone for being here.
Yep.
Breakfast stream in the morning on Steven's channel.
Yep.
What else is going on? Josh is going to be there on breakfast stream.
Yes. It will
Oh,
still
we
be,
hope so.
It will still be breakfast stream. but
Yeah.
Josh will be there and have coffee. Mm-hmm. He brings his own usually.
Oh, he does. Because he's got the coffee hookup.
He does have the coffee hookup.
That's it.
Anything else? No? Cool.
No.
All right.
That's all.
Thanks everyone. Go raid the vlog. I'll see you next week for something.
Bye everybody.
Bye.
Where is the button? There's the button.